Okay, guys, let's continue with part two of the Lokesh Kanagaraj Tamil interviews, pre-Coolie interviews. So he mentioned that he had a good opportunity to sit and talk with Rajinikanth, much like what Nelson said happened during the jailer shooting. And Rajini made a good opportunity of the audio launch. It's becoming his favorite platform to sort of, how to put it, to make fun of the young ones. So Rajini mentioned that Nelson goes to him and says, "Sir, can you tell me about your love life?" And Rajini is like, "Why would you want to know that?" And Nelson says that I want to charge myself up. It's like a battery. And mockingly, Rajini says that so for that guy to charge himself up, he needs my personal love story to be opened up, is it? And so similarly, Lokesh shared lots of life gleanings that he got from sitting and chatting with superstar Rajinikanth. And when interviewer asked him about what is the one biggest takeaway, then he said, of course, it's the humility, Rajinikanth's humbleness, despite being such a legend. Okay. And he also emphasized about the importance of health, and also about controlling the anger as you get older. I think both of these topics also Rajini talked with him. As you are young, you tend to get angry easily. You abuse, maybe smoking, alcohol, and so on, binge drinking, and all that. And Rajini apparently told him that if Rajini had taken care of his health, probably he could have achieved much, much more. And it's very true, because we all knew that before Bahubali was this historical film called Rana, where Rajini was supposed to work with Deepika Padukone and with K.S. Ravi Kumar directing. And unfortunately Rajini had some kidney ailment and had to go to Singapore for treatment. And of course everybody wonders what if that film has was done. That would have brought Rajini to a different level. It would have been like a grand historical epic. Maybe that's what Rajini meant when he said that if he had been more meticulous about his health, probably he can have made much bigger achievements. And even on his political front, one reason he gave was COVID and all that. And so also has a relationship to health. If you're more fit, whatever your age, definitely you can go through the rigors of politics in a better way. But of course, even despite that, on certain stages, Rajini has talked about health matters, about vegetarianism, how he made fun of it, loved eating meats, but as he aged, he understood that to avoid all the white things. White means white refined things like white salt, white sugar, processed sugar, and all these what to say, any ground powder in white form, like when you make your whatever rotis that you make and so on. So eating more natural fruits, vegetables is good for health. Okay, but anyway, I'm just going a bit deeper on that thing based on other communications. And Lokesh also shared in more than one interview that Rajini told him he's doing his autobiography. So whatever the internet journos covering Hollywood talked about Rajini wanting to take a break from filming after Jailer 2 to write autobiography is not really wrong. But I think Rajini's strategy is that he had ample time even during Coolie's shooting to sort of write his autobiography slowly. So it is very possible that he does not need a break for the purpose of writing autobiography. However, the new theory is that because the Tamil Nadu elections are coming up, Rajini might not want to be around in Tamil Nadu and be accosted by the media during the elections. So the theory was that he would go to another country and write his autobiography. But I think that he can just choose to do a film where the shooting is done overseas, right? Yeah, fans are of course hungry for more film from Rajini. Fan can't have enough of his charm. So, to further probings about Rajini's autobiography, hypothetically, which stars would make a good Rajini? Lokesh says that for a young Rajini, maybe heroes like Dhanush or even Simbu, but for the older 90s Rajini, maybe actors like Sivakarthikeyan and Vijay Sethupathi might be able to play the role. So, it's just a hypothetical question. Also, they mentioned that Loki is a bus conductor's son, and he ended up directing next bus conductor, which is superstar Rajinikanth. He said he don't want to talk more on that because he wants to save it for the speech during the audio launch. So let's see what he talks about that interesting thing. Regarding getting the various actors to join for the Coolie project, of course, Loki gave the answer the way Nelson mentioned for Jailer. Once they hear the word Rajinikanth, most artists are very keen to make adjustments that's required to join in the project to have an opportunity to work with the superstar himself. So a few things that Lokesh made effort in Coolie includes, according to him, minimal or no gun usage in the fights. But the American poster is there. We talked about this earlier with the gun, so we do not know about that. And also avoiding like a warehouse, and also avoiding drugs with all this thing, and also avoiding LCU itself, because he's been doing the LCU non-stop. So Coolie might be different, a different kind of a Loki project within his how to say, within his style, right? So now night is still there, night photography is still there. Biryani, we are not so sure. But he did mention that even in one of those various interviews that even if Biryani was not there in the film Kaidi starring Karthi, he said that Karthi was such a good actor that he would have just found any food available there, maybe in Italy, and Karthi would have eaten the Italy with such a, how do you call it, performance that Italy would have become a famous food after the movie came out. So but that's what he sees about the food thing. But biryani being biryani, so he might still want to continue it because it's become like a kind of a trademark for him as well. Regarding night shooting, he says almost 45 nights. Surprisingly, Rajini cooperated very well. They worked late into the night. Shruti Hassan was also involved, and Shruti is another one thing about Coolie is that he's also addressing the criticism that his female characters are not well written or strongly written, despite certain standouts like Agent Tina and Vikram. So you can add that to the list in Coolie. No warehouse, no drugs, no guns, and a strong female character. Although the fact that it seems only Shruti is the one female character among all the men fighting it out in the film, but still at least one, right? Although Loki, when he entered Hollywood, made certain strong statements, for example, that he will only make 10 movies and go out like Quentin Tarantino, after a lot of sort of friendly reprimanding by the senior directors, he took back the words and said that cinema will bring you in and cinema will kick you out once it does not need you. So he sort of walked back those words. The other words that he sometimes find himself getting caught in is the fact that he said he's a huge Kamal fan when he began his Hollywood journey, and so after that when he did this Coolie project, so there was a lot of how to say questions regarding how sincere he would be to the project, because he is supposedly a Kamal fan, and so the movie will be the answer, everybody believes. And so now he's trying to walk a diplomatic tightrope. He starts to claim that actually he was a Rajini fan, and all of us are Rajini fan when we were young, and as we grow older we might find our other respective heroes. And according to him, he was a Rajini, how to say, lover when he was young. His mother used to feed him food, showing him the one of the famous Rajinikanth songs. And as he grew up and started watching films like Satya, he started to go into Kamal's orbit. And he also mentioned when he cornered into comparison of the Rajini film Talabadi and Kamal film Satya, he mentioned that personally Satya is very close to him because from the styling of the bangle that he wears and asks his heroes to wear, to the lifestyle of Satya, that means unemployed person looking for work, playing carom, hanging around with friends. That is very much how Loki has been in his personal life.